Sajith wants to tour India after AKD's surprise visit. SJB's Gantha in hot water. Rajapaksha at work to make Namal opposition leader. Dulles loses freedom. Will he ally with Dilith? Harin Ranil clear the air in a meeting. Sajiths House protest fails.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Sajith wants to tour India after AKD's surprise visit. The key topic these days is AKD's 5-day official tour of India, with WION describing him as the most popular political leader in Sri Lanka at present. The Indian news outlet quotes results from opinion polls and says he commands a nearly 50% popularity and will be the leading candidate at the presidential polls this year. Both the ruling and opposition members seem hurt by AKD's trip to New Delhi. Especially the main opposition SJB is worried that Sajith is yet to be invited by India. Yesterday, an emissary of Premadasa met a top man at the Indian High Commission for lunch at a 5-star hotel. That official assured that Sajith too could get a tour around March or April. At least, it will be good for his pride as the opposition leader to get an Indian tour, even on request. SJB's Gantha in hot water. Ranil seems to be the creator of most issues for Sajith. Whenever he goes out of the country, he does not forget to get a SJB MP on board. If a party MP makes a request, he is invited to the presidential secretariat and his work gets done speedily. Later on, various news stories are planted via Dinith, Shanuka and Asoka. Anyway, all are Ranil's pupils who learnt politics under him. The latest is Sajith's confidant, Gantha, who was at the Urumaya Freehold title programme launch in Dambulla. Some SJB MPs denounce their senior for having been in the same platform with Ranil at a time when the party strongly attacks him and the UNP policies. To make matters worse, organiser of the event was Harin, who always takes jabs at the SJB leadership. They say that he should not have attended despite being invited officially. But Gantha maintains that he attended at the president's invitation and that it was him who submitted the cabinet paper for this very same freehold title programme. As a former lands minister, it was correct for him to attend, he says. Gantha was speaking to the media following that ceremony. It looks like Ranil spends most of his time creating trouble within the SJB, although he claims to prioritise his efforts for economic revival. But it is predicted that he is playing a different game this time around, especially targeting SJB veterans whom he trusts to be capable and persistent. So, it will not be easy for Sajith, if he ends up with a bunch of novices, to even enter parliament again, leaving alone becoming the president. Rajapaksha at work to make Namal opposition leader. The SLPP says it is yet to reach agreement with Ranil with regard to the presidential candidacy. According to General Secretary Sagara, the president is yet to give an appointment requested by them to discuss the matter. Meanwhile, Basel loyalist Ranjith Bandara told the media yesterday that they will announce their candidate at the right time. A few months ago, Basel got Sagara to declare Dhammika as the SLPP candidate. Now, he has got Ranjith to say something like this, it is clear. The Leader TV said that even yesterday that Dhammika ruled out contesting if Ranil is a candidate. On the family home front, the Rajapakshas have decided to field Namal. Loyalist MPs and organisers have been summoned to his official home at Malala Sekara Mawata. Namal did a sort of brainwashing at every meet, the gist of which goes as follows. We do not have the strength as before. The SLPP polled 45% at the LG polls in 2018. At the 2019 presidential polls, it was more than 50%. Even after the damage from Aragalaya, we still have over 30%. It can be seen at the vote counting. But 30% is not enough at the presidential polls. According to opinion surveys, the president has less than 10%. So even with our 30%, he cannot win. We will lose. Dhammika was told the same and asked to explain how to get another 20%, but he has not answered yet. In 2018, Gotabaya and Viathmaga explained how to get the balance votes needed. We found it practical and our leader decided to give the candidacy to Gotabaya. This time we will lose. Not only that, if we support Ranil, we will have to betray our policies. Can we agree on that? After listening patiently to the lecture, almost all said a firm no. In one voice, they said a party candidate should be fielded. But some said they will lose even then, and Sajith will win. Namal agreed that anti-government sentiments are sure to prevail at the election. But don't worry, Sajith will not be able to go even far as Gotabaya did. Less than a year later, people will want us back, he explained. He added that Basil has the backing of both India and China, and that he too will be touring India in a couple of months. They told him that instead of looking elsewhere, Namal himself could be their candidate. Now the plan is working. But Namal did not say a word about contesting. He wants to establish himself first. Dasabala Sena is his campaign for presidential candidacy. So, Dhamaka is a lost man. At the same time, the SLPP will have further divisions. A considerable number among them say Ranil should be given another 5 years. Their stand could depend heavily on Namal's opposition leader dream. Dulles loses freedom. Will he ally with Dilith? Woes for the Freedom People's Congress are not over yet, even after about 6 of them joined with the SJB. Godahiwa and GL say their alliance was dissolved with agreement of all. For them, it is unethical for Dulles and Charitha to hold media briefings under the FPC banner. Even Dilan, who struck the deal with the SJB, met the media under the FPC banner and attacked all and sundry. Anyway, Dulles held yet another briefing where he said an executive committee would be reappointed and a party convention held soon. He tried to show that he is in control in the FPC. But GL2 held a media briefing under its banner and said the FPC was not a property of Dulles. In the meantime, the Election Commission has refused to register any new parties. Even the newly forming alliances will have to contest under existing parties. In short, Dulles, Lanza, Roshan and the like will have to contest under some other party if they do not have one of their own. Godahewa and Jayasumana say Dulas will have no option but to join with Dilith Jayawira's Maubima Janata party. But Lanza has by now acquired a party registered to a Muslim leader. So did Roshan. Even Dulles has not given up yet. While supporting the MPP discreetly, he tries to bring the old left together. Even at future elections, people will have a taste of old arak in new bottles. Harin Ranil clear the air in a meeting. Sajiths House protest fails. Many still believe Ranil will not contest this time. Among those many are hopefuls themselves, such as Patali. Maithripala too seems interested. In the midst of that, Ranil is reported to have changed his campaign manager. Last Sunday, the state-run Silumina newspaper claimed it is Ronald Pereira, the chairman of Bank of Ceylon. However, those close to Ranil say the campaign manager is attorney Mahinda Haridasa. All that talk did not go well with Harin, who says some months ago he was promised both the campaign managing and propaganda work. He says he already started work with Sajith Gantha. On the afternoon of the Euro 6th, Harin met Ranil to clear the air. Reports now say Harin is his campaign manager. That means even if Ranil does not contest, he has many a campaign manager. The 5th session of the 9th Parliament was inaugurated on Wednesday morning. The SJB, along with the Supreme Lanka Coalition led by Wimal Wirawansa, boycotted it. The SLC reached its decision at a meeting of its parliamentary group 3 days ago, said party MP Athuralaya Rathana Thera. With that, the SJB became worried, and Sajith himself suggested a no-show. On Tuesday night at 7:00, 9 of its MPs discussed the matter via Zoom. Some suggested a walkout when Ranil arrives, but Muslim and Tamil party leaders did not take that favourably. The meeting ended with an agreement to meet again the next morning to finalise a decision. At 9:45 a.m, it started. But some party leaders were absent because they opposed a walkout. In the end, some SJB MPs left the chamber in protest against the president's policy statement. But SJB's Fonseca, Rajitha, Welgama, Patali, Fauzi, Ishaq Rahuman, Haris, Faisal Kasim and Vadivel Suresh remained in the chamber and listened to the speech. Maithripala, Angajan, Sudarshani, Ratnasekara, Dushmanta, Anurayappa, Vitarana, Dulles Priyankara, Dayasiri, Udayana, and Charitha, too, remained in the chamber. Thavarasa, Nirmalanathan, and other TNA MPs and even CV Vigneswaran did not walk out. Of the MPP MPs, AKD and Vijita are presently on tour in India. However, Harini listened to the president's speech patiently. Certain party leaders who challenged Sajith's decision did not make an appearance in Parliament at all. Seniors say his failure to reach common consensus in this matter is not good for his political health. Anyhow, the political map looks a muddle with uncertainty over what's going to happen. Hopefully, it will clear up in a few months' time when things have to happen in the open. That's it for today.